This video is brought to you by A12 Productions. Please subscribe to my channel and don't forget to enjoy the videos. Also, please try and comment and rate the videos. Thank you. And just to demonstrate this, I've output it here and it says 10. And to demonstrate this again, just so you know, I've reassigned it 0, just so it's the same value as when it started off here. And if I just change these values to 5 here, let's just close this and debug again. Okay, you can see here they're both 15. So that just demonstrates that the plus equals operator is exactly the same as num7 plus 10. Okay? Oh, whoops, I want to keep that open actually. Just put that down there. Now, moving on. Whoops, this should be spaced out there. I've declared a variable called num8 and defined it with a value of 5. And here we use the plus operator. Note, actually I'll cover that later. So what does the plus operator do? Well, basically, using the plus operator is basically the same as saying num8 equals num8 plus 1 or num8 plus equals 1. So all it does is it increases the value by 1, and it's called the increment operator because it increases the value, and the plus operator only increases it by 1. Okay. And as well as the plus operator, we also have the minus operator, but there's no divide operator because that wouldn't work. And there's no times operator as well, or modulus operator. Just plus and minus, unfortunately. But it's pretty sufficient, that's all we need. And again, I've got the same expression here, but there's a slight difference between them. And before we cover the difference between them, I'm just going to say, this is called the post-increment operator, and as well, it's the post-decrement operator. And this is called the pre-increment operator, or in this case, the pre-decrement operator. And basically, what this means is this will increase num8, the current value of num8, by 1 after the overriding expression has given out a value, and this will increase the value of num8 before the overriding expression gives out a value. And because there's no overriding expression in either of these, it just increases the value by 1. So it means nothing to use either the post here or the pre-increment operator here. It has no effect. And as we see, if we just output these, the first one outputs 7 because 5 incremented is 6, and then 6 incremented is 7, as you can see here. So there's no difference. But actually, now I'm just going to reassign num8 here to 5 again, so it's the same as when it first started here. And I've just said num8 plus times 2. And what you'd expect this to give is num8 plus, so 6 times 2, so it should equal 12. But actually, if we take a look at this, it gives out 10. And that's because we're using the post-increment operator here. And if we'd used the minus operator, it would have given 10 as well. And we'll talk about that in a sec. But this is because we've used the post-increment operator, which means the overriding expression is evaluated first before we increment num8. So first we do num8 times 2, which is 5 times 2 basically, and then we increase the value of num8. And just so you can see, remember, 5 times 2 equals 10, so here it outputs 10, but then I've just output num8 again, and you can see it has in fact increased the value of num8 by 1, because you can see here it's now 6, not 5. It's just done it after the overriding expression, because we used the post-increment operator. Now I've reassigned num8 to 5 here, and use the pre-increment operator, and this increments the number before the overriding expression. So this basically means 6 times 2, and as you can see here it's output 12, and then I output the value of num8, and as you can see it's 6. So that's just covering the difference between post and pre-increment operators, and all the same rules apply for the decrement operator. As you can see here, if I just save that, let's close this and then debug again. Okay, and just take this here. The value is still the same here, okay? It's still 10, because before this is decremented, we do num8 times 2. So that's 10, and then we decrement it to 4. Whereas if I change this to minus minus here, close and debug again. Okay, and here we've still got 10 and then 4. But when I reassign the value to 5 and then minus minus times 2, this actually does 4 times 2, which gives a value of 8. And then again we output num8 as 4. So just covering the difference between post and pre-incrementation and decrementation. And of course this charh std syn charh is just to hold the program. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial by Ace of 12. Over and out.